Yeah. It used to be colors. Now it's perceptual distortion in a collapsing social equation. You didn't lose brothers. We redistributed them into institutions. Same cycle, just renamed by power. Where's my brother? The question isn't geographic, it's epistemic. It exists in the gap between state narrative and what's authentic. They call it justice, but it's linguistically cosmetic. A polished euphemism for cycles that are systemic. The estate is a closed circuit of inherited condition where poverty reproduces itself with precision. Kids learn survival before they learn decision, so morality becomes a casualty of transition. We mistook gang structure for kinship architecture, but it's just trauma organizing under pressure. A social algebra of risk and deprivation measures, where love gets distorted into coded behavior. Every corner becomes a thesis in constraint, where agency is theorized but rarely entertained, and futures get rewritten by bureaucratic restraint till identity dissolves into something faint. It used to be colors, now perception is fractured. Reality split by the systems that captured. It used to be colors, now perception is fractured. Same street, but meaning gets bastard after. Where's my brother? Not spatial but structural. A question that decays into something cultural. Where's my brother? Institutional. The answer gets lost in the ritual. Where's my brother? My brother. State condition. Freedom becomes linguistically fiction. Where's my brother? Psychic division. Even memory suffers revision. IPP is temporal imprisonment disguised as correction. A sentence without syntax, without final direction. It suspends causally inside bureaucratic perception, where time loses meaning under procedure infection. You don't serve IPP, you're absorbed by it. A recursive system that never resolves itself, where rehabilitation becomes a paradox of intent, because release depends on proving you've been bent. The prison isn't a place, it's a cognitive regime, where identity is rewritten in administrative routine, and the self becomes fragmented between what's seen and what the state decides you've always been. Meanwhile, the streets operate as parallel philosophy, a brutal epistemology built from economy where survival is the only acknowledged theology, and pain becomes the default ontology. So brotherhood splits into divergent realities, same origin point, different fatalities. One disappears into institutional normalities, the other into street-born brutalities. Both are symptoms of a larger abstraction, a society outsourcing harm as transaction, where loss is just another statistical fraction, and nobody is accountable for the reaction. It used to be colors, now it's conceptual erosion. Meaning dissolves into systemic corrosion. It used to be colors, now it's conceptual erosion. Same world, but governed by distortion. Where's my brother? Ontological drift, a question that the system refuses to lift. Where's my brother? Narrative shift. Truth gets buried beneath policy scripts. Where's my brother? Structural myth. Freedom exists of a bureaucratic gift. Where's my brother? Identity split. We don't lose brothers, we redistribute it. Yeah. No closure, no resolution. Just systems interpreting human life as editable data. And brothers becoming evidence of design rather than accident.
I ain't built for a life that just ends in statistics, where every decision gets filed in the system's logistics. Nah, I'm trying to break from the script they predicted, where survival's the only dream that's been gifted. I've seen too many men turn into echoes of pressure, measured in court files and days under censure. I'm not trying to be remembered as another lost lecture, just another case in a file they'll never check further. I move different, I can't live for the cycle, where pain gets recycled and dressed up as title. I need more than survival, stitched tight with survival. I need meaning that isn't just used for survival. They say this is life, like it's fixed and it's final, but I question the pages.